Hello, you've caught me once again not finishing a game.
This time it's Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a brilliant, detailed, enormous RPG, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's like nothing I've ever played before. I feel like I'm an actual peasant, struggling to get by in 15th century war-torn Europe. I'm not very good with a sword, I get injured lots, I can't lockpick to save my life, and oh look, here comes Ni no Kuni 2.
Sorry, Kingdom Come Deliverance, you've had your 20 hours, I can't not play this.
I touched upon this problem in a recent Friday feature. When you're an adult and you've got lots of adult things to do, you just don't get as much time as you'd like to devote to big RPGs like this. Give it another few weeks and something else will probably be out, tearing me away from the beautiful Ghibli-inspired open world of Revenant Kingdom. In fact, probably doesn't even come into it. It's going to be God of War out on the 20th of April.
I'm telling you now, there's no way I'm going to have Ni no Kuni 2 finished by then.
And so, what can you do? As far as I can tell, there are two solutions to this problem. One, shirk all your responsibilities. Stop going to work. Ignore your kids. Forget your anniversary. Lock yourself in an underground bunker and sit in your pants playing video games forever.
Man, that would be amazing.
Or two, play some of the amazing games that exist for people like us. Games you can finish in one sitting and that will blow you away in 4 hours or less. I compiled a list of just this type of game 2 years ago and have since received a ton of messages from time-poor victims of real-world adulting asking for a 2018 update. And so, here it is.
7 awesome games you can totally finish in one sitting. Part 2.
First up, we've got Dear Esther, a beautiful, melancholy adventure from the Chinese Room. This is the game they made before Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Originally a Half-Life 2 mod, the landmark edition of Dear Esther is a graphically enhanced reimagining you can pick up on PS4 for the price of a flat white.
And if you enjoyed Rapture, you really do need to pick this up.
Dear Esther is haunting, melancholy, and achingly beautiful. Set on a remote Hebridean island, you poke about windswept hills, a cave, and a moonlit beach for a couple of hours while a man recites a series of letters he's written to his dead wife. You don't have to shoot anything, or level up, or complete any puzzles. You just sort of move through it, letting the writing, the visuals, and Jessica Curry's incredible score shower you in a dreamlike sense of maudlin solitude.
It's like the video game equivalent of being on your own and drinking a nice whiskey while staring out the window at steady rainfall on a beautiful grey day.
And then it's over. You can go back and listen to the developer's commentary if you like, but the important thing is that you, adult who never finishes anything anymore, have completed a video game. Well done you. Next on our list is Oxenfree, a game I played recently after constantly seeing everyone on Twitter bleating on about how good it was. Stupid people on Twitter always being right. Now it's my turn to bleat at you. Play Oxenfree, play it now, damn you. It's really, really good, I promise. Firstly, it only takes about 4 hours, which does make it ever so slightly long for this list, but it's so good I pretty much guarantee you'll do the whole thing in one go anyway. Secondly, it's about weird, paranormal, scary stuff happening to a group of teenagers on a creepy abandoned island. A creepy abandoned island that once housed a military facility.
Thirdly, it does clever things with radio waves, and radio waves are just cool, aren't they?
That otherworldly noise they make as you adjust the frequency, the weird random stuff you can tune into, the alternate dimensions you can totally access if you go to the right place and turn the dial.
Oxenfree uses its in-game radio to brilliant effect. You can learn about the game's setting, you can find strange little anomalies that give you little insights into the weird goings-on in the story.
And you can use it to rip holes in the fabric of space-time. I won't say anything else because you should discover this awesome sci-fi story for yourselves. Actually, I will say this. give Ren a slap during the truth or slap game at the start. You'll get a gold trophy called Renjamin Spanklin, and that's just really funny. Also, Ren deserves it.
Ow! Jeez, I didn't think you had it in you.
Next up, it's Gone Home, a game you really should play whenever you've next got a spare couple of hours. Again, this is all about the story. Your thumbs can rest easy. Gone Home is, yes, about going home and exploring your surroundings and gradually piecing together what happened when you were not home.
And if you want to, you can finish Gone Home in less than a minute.
We did it for a speedrunning trophy video way back. You won't have a clue about anything that's happened, but if you're really low on time, just check this walkthrough out. In, pick up and put down the duck, in here, up the stairs, in the loft, bang. You've completed Gone Home. Well done.
Play it properly though, it's well good, I promise.
Our fourth entry is Rime, which pushes the limits of being a one-sitting wonder, what with its 5-hour runtime, but I have to include it simply because of the impact it had on me and the fact that I got so engrossed in it that I did in fact sail through the whole thing in one go, starting at 9 PM and finishing just after 2 AM. Now, I'm not going to tell you what Rime is about, because if I do that, I've half spoiled it for you already. If you haven't played it yet, then don't look at any reviews, don't go on Metacritic, just listen to trusty old me when I say this is 5 hours of game that will move you, shock you, and make you want to start the whole thing again as soon as you're done.
It helps that it's absolutely beautiful, the art direction and music combining to create an ethereal, dreamlike setting that evokes both wonder and a creeping sense of unease.
Then there are the puzzles which form the bulk of the gameplay. They're perfectly designed so that you'll always solve them during that tiny window of time between bemusement and frustration. You'll be stuck for a bit, poke the possibilities with your logic stick and then tease out the solution before sitting back on your sofa feeling far more clever than you actually are.
Oh, I'm so good at puzzles.
Well, how many of those laser things did you activate in the witness then?
Shut up.
Look, just play Rime, okay? Perfect puzzles, perfect length, perfect soundtrack, perfect. Our fifth entry is Inside, the spiritual successor to Limbo, which we featured in the first part of this Friday feature nearly 2 years ago. Inside shares lots with its predecessor, an enigmatic story, a mysterious mute protagonist, an artful, oppressive world, but for my money is an even better game. The puzzles are what elevates it. Inside is one of the most ingeniously designed games I've ever played, subtly nudging you towards solutions through clever use of framing, lighting, and pace.
Often you'll solve a puzzle by working out the correct speed at which to approach it.
Sprint sideways, for instance, and this dog will have you. However, hold back a bit and you'll outwit him, allowing you to continue on. But it's the mind control sequences that really elevate Inside to the pinnacle of the genre.
I don't even really know what that genre is. The run sideways until you solve it genre? The beautifully two-tone, two-dimensional puzzle genre? The no HUD, no tutorial, work it out as you go along and then feel brilliant about it genre?
Whatever it is, Inside is the best at it, and these mind control moments eventually become proper Inception-level genius, with you controlling bodies through multiple layers of consciousness. Amazing. Again, much like Rime, Inside is a puzzle game that makes you feel like a Mensa-level brain wizard, simply by being designed in such a way that you solve everything the precise moment before frustration kicks in, and it's only about 3 hours long. The perfect way to spend an evening. Next up, we've got Abzu, which is possibly the most mesmerizing 2 hours you can spend on your PS4. From the creative minds behind Journey, one of my favorite games of all time, Abzu rightly draws comparisons with its spiritual predecessor. Its crude description as Journey but underwater is reductive, yes, but does give you a good idea of what to expect. You play as a mysterious diver with unlimited capacity for breathing underwater, a brilliant design choice that immediately eliminates all the anxiety associated with submarine levels in video games.
Your task is basically just swim through the game, interacting with animals and mysterious objects.
The latter weave subtle narrative threads throughout Abzu, allowing you to dig further into the mysterious lore if you so desire. The former are simply there for their marvellousness, from majestic manta rays to beautiful, powerful great white sharks to awe-inspiring blue whales. Abzu is basically a David Attenborough documentary with an added sprinkle of fantasy dust, raising the natural world from its foundations of realism and thrusting it into the realm of wonder.
Abzu basically wants you to be going like this throughout its 2-hour runtime.
And you will do. There are moments of searing joy, of quiet reflection, of sorrow and then elation, of beauty and despair. It's a fantastic ride of discovery, and if you like, you can make it last a bit longer and meditate while learning the names of all the marine life. So it's educational too. Stick that in your video games are a waste of time, pipes, naysayers, and smoke it. Last on our list is another game you'll finish in a couple of hours, but will remember for a long time afterwards. What Remains of Edith Finch is a narrative adventure from Giant Sparrow, the developer that brought you The Unfinished Swan, which featured in our last version of this video. Edith Finch is every bit as brilliant.
And there's even a secret Easter egg that links the two games if you can work it out.
But is completely different. The premise is bleak. You're the last surviving member of the Finch family and you're exploring your old family home, piecing together what happened to each of your relatives by rummaging through their respective bedrooms. It's a game that rightfully boasts high critical acclaim. Each area is unique both in terms of gameplay and narrative, gradually peeling back the layers on the tragic events that have haunted the Finch family for generations.
It's a game that I should just shut up about and you should just play, like pretty much everything on this list.
And so there you go, time poor adults. 7 more games that you can totally finish in one sitting. A couple of them, one big sitting. But they're all so good, that shouldn't be a problem. Let us know in the comments if you've played any of these, or if you can think of any other games you think we've missed. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and join us again next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.